Yo, welcome back to another episode of Nothing Agreed. I mean, shit stays the same on the crew. If y'all don't know it now, what you gonna do? that was a good rhyme scheme,
Getting
right?
lyrical
I'm wearing the Biggie
afternoon.
Smalls. I'm wearing the Biggie Smalls. But boys, how we doing this week?
Great, glad to be back.
There you go.
Got a little
Yes.
break in.
Yeah, a little break in. But we back. This is on a Thursday, so we did do it on a Tuesday last time. We're like, this is gonna be normal, but we had a break, so
We weren't together on
yeah,
Tuesday.
we couldn't really do it.
We were all
Yeah.
travel.
We're not bringing
they
back
were-
the Zoom podcast.
Yeah. Well, we could have,
Right.
but they were both traveling all day Tuesday, so there's
Yeah.
no point.
I was fucking dry.
We just said we'll wait till Thursday and then we'll get back at it next week.
Yeah. So first of all, we can go fly through last week like we did. First of all, Thursday night, the Chiefs and the Broncos played a really boring game.
Yeah.
As expected, yeah.
Your dog of the day. Did you take the plus 10.5 or plus 11 when you bet it?
Plus 11.
Oh, so you pushed.
So a push,
All right,
yeah.
good luck. There you go.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
That's
So I was
unfortunate.
happy on that, even though it was closer than.
It should have been not a push.
Yeah.
Sean Payton sold you.
Yeah, I put my hard-earned coin on Russell Wilson. That
That's-
was a mistake I'll never do again.
But no,
It's
didn't
like
win.
tonight in Derek Carr.
Derek Carr disrespect goes crazy for you.
It is. It's well deserving.
His overpass attempts is tonight. But Chiefs win 19-8. Commanders took the dub against the Falcons 24-16. Desmond Ridder didn't look so solid. His
No.
first home loss.
Yeah.
He
was due for that.
Yeah.
I was trying to watch as much of that game as I could. I was really watching some of the bigger games that during that slate.
Wow.
That was a big
I remember
game.
that.
That was a big game. I mean, it was on here. I mean, on one of the quads.
That was a big
I
game.
had. It just wasn't one of the ones I was paying attention to. And we'll get into that a little later. But, I mean, the Commanders their defense looked a lot better. But I guess
I felt like it was more of just the Falcons.
yeah,
blunders.
Desmond
Like
Ridder
Desmond
just
Ridder's
looked
blunders.
bad.
Yeah.
I just
Kyle
think
Pitts
they're-
got into it, though, a little bit.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
touchdown,
Yeah.
even though I benched him.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Proud of the kid.
That's good. Getting some improvements going on there, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, and I'm sure that's going to be a theme for most of the games this week. It was just bad quarterback play, and teams only go as far as the quarterbacks take them for most of the time. So
True.
Yeah, there was a lot of low scores.
Yeah, the
I feel
unders
like
were
this
crazy.
week.
yeah, off
like 12 and 2.
It was
12
rough.
and 2.
It was rough
Oh, really?
offensively
Wow.
for most teams.
Yeah.
12 and 2.
I'm pretty sure like out of every game, only 2 winning teams scored more than like 21 points.
Yeah,
So
crazy.
yeah, it's a good week for the unders.
Could be,
But-
yeah. Got nothing wrong with a little defense.
4 teams.
4 teams.
Four.
My fault.
Rams at 26, Jags at 37, Dolphins at 42, Ravens at 24, Commanders at 24, so 5.
Okay, 5.
Still pretty impressive,
Yeah.
though.
Bro, forgot 3 teams.
Yeah, my
That's
fault.
crazy. I skipped over the London game because I had the Falcons favorited. Ravens took it over Titans. A little field goal bash there.
Yeah.
Big
Big day from Tucker.
Yeah.
big fantasy day. Kind of a boring game as well. I mean, Derrick Henry had one big run.
Yeah. Nothing
Zay
too
Flowers finally got a
crazy.
touchdown through
I wasn't even awake for that. But when I went to see like the stats afterwards, and I looked at the score because I had Mark Andrews fantasy, so I was looking for
Yeah, I did
Mark
too.
Andrews fantasy touchdown. And I'm looking at this offensive score because I hadn't seen the kicking stats yet. I'm like, how do you have 24 points and only 1 offensive touchdown? It's like, damn, Tannehill must have thrown 2 pick sixes or something. Then I go into the interceptions. There's nothing there either. So I'm like, what
Yeah.
happened? And then you finally get down there. Justin Tucker, 5 for 5 field goals. So, yeah, big credit to him for pulling that through in London.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always.
A little crazy there. But yeah, London game goes to the Ravens. We don't have a London game next week, so we don't have to wake up at 9:30 in the morning anymore.
That's sad.
I wasn't waking up anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. Browns with PJ Walker took it over the Niners. 19-17. Jake Moody misses 2 field goals in front of his family.
You didn't have to add that part. But
Wow, yeah, you didn't. But that's
Pressure got to
that was a good game. Browns defense looks insane.
Yeah.
PJ Walker played meh, but
Yeah.
it's kind of just a defensive battle.
Browns defense was sitting on my waiver wire in fantasy.
You should pick him up.
I did. I have
That was
3
a pickup.
defenses on my bench.
That's crazy.
For
What's
two
your
defenses.
what's
That's
your
a little
record?
much.
3-3.
Yeah.
I got Lions defense, who's top 10, Saints defense, who's top 5, and Browns defense, who's top 10.
Damn, if only one of them could go on the flex.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just playing matchups now with those three defenses.
Bro,
so.
rotating them in and out.
And I literally have Chuba Hubbard last week. Now he's on bye, so I got Zay Jones at running back this week.
Yeah, you cooked.
Christian McCaffrey's questionable too.
Of course, yeah.
You had to trade him.
Painful.
Trade him while he's valuable.
Texans
Don't.
took an underdog win at home against the Saints, 2013.
That was a good game.
Your favorite quarterback, Derek Carr.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think you prayed on his downfall.
Showed who he was.
You prayed on his downfall and you won. So
I did. I win every week.
that's cap.
Win
Was
what?
lying.
Not tonight though.
Win what?
None.
They're winning tonight.
The Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Although Trent's on it.
Well, not ideal.
Dolphins won by 21 after going down 14-0 to the Panthers. Outscored them 42-7 after that.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what you expect. From
Way
that.
to respond.
That's kind of what you expect from that team, though.
I mean,
A little bit.
I don't know about y'all, but I saw it coming. So
I mean, the Dolphins they have the best offense in the league by a mile, and they just have a below average defense. So, yeah, it's exactly the kind of result I expect from that kind of game.
It's kind of. I was about to live bet them. They were minus 150. I should have live bet them. I was
I
like,
know.
let the juice get a little bit less. But
that was a
Nah,
very
you got-
obvious
got-
live bet.
Got
Yeah.
too greedy.
I did.
Yeah.
I am greedy. The big game of the week: the Seahawks and the Bengals. Bengals get a red zone stop on 4th down and goal.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
That was my dog of the day
Yeah.
last week. I had
It
the
was.
Seahawks,
Gino was
and I watched that team right here.
right here.
by myself, mind you. So no one around me this NFL Sunday.
Usually we watch all the games together, but
I was alone in my thoughts and my dog of the day watching
really?
watching those Seahawks take 4 tries in the red zone and turn it into 0 points.
I can
4.
have a lot of complaints from my dog.
It's
too,
tough
so.
out there.
I mean, 4 attempts in the red zone at 0 points. And what was the final score of that game? 20 to
17-13.
you lost by 4.
Yeah.
You kick a field goal in 2 of those, you win. I mean, they look offensively. The Bengals,
Hindsight's
Simple
2020.
math.
yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Offensively, the Bengals this year just haven't looked like they have the past couple years, and the Seahawks defense has looked really good. And I mean, it was kind of shown in this game. They were pretty much locking them down most of the
I'd say
game.
the Seahawks defense is pretty solid too.
And
Made some plays.
you'd think that offense has enough to score maybe once in those 4 trips, but I guess not. But I guess also the Bengals defense has started to step up this season. I mean, they've been getting after the quarterback. Their defensive line's looking good. Their secondary's iffy, but
Wishy-washy.
yeah, they're doing their job. I mean,
They got the stop they needed.
yeah, I mean they play with that defensive philosophy. So if you get to the quarterback fast enough, that's the less for your DBs to do. So it works. It still does, and there's lots of teams in the NFL that kind of try to use that as well. So it's good for them for finding it out.
Bengals hold on.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like Bengals might win the AFC North now.
Oh.
Back to back.
Maybe.
Back-to-back
I mean, we
wins,
could see them. Maybe they're back, get a little spark going, keep
Definitely looks like there's
keep
some-
the ball rolling. We'll
Although
see.
They definitely got some more competition this year. Baltimore, they're
Yep.
shaky, but they look like they're on the right track.
Browns got a
obviously.
big win that they should
Yeah,
have lost.
Cleveland.
Yeah, they don't even have. They don't have
Deshaun.
Deshaun.
He
Yeah.
started practicing today though, so that's
All
good.
right, should be
Did
a good
Amari
sign.
Cooper even play that game?
He did. He had a
He
big game.
did, yeah.
I didn't really.
He had a
I didn't
big
watch
game.
that game until the very end because I
Yeah.
couldn't
I
hit
I think he
it.
had a
but,
big game, or he had a decent game. So,
yeah.
Remember, he had that big catch late on that final drive.
yeah.
I think I was able to get that
Yeah, he
on
had
like
four
halfway
catches,
through the
four
fourth.
catches for 108.
Yeah.
So
Good for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the Browns. I know we were talking about it preseason and over Zoom, as you like to say, and I was
sir,
talking about how the Browns are gonna be good this season. So
did.
I'm excited for that. I want to see some competition in the AFC North.
We have to revisit that episode where you chose over/under win totals.
Yeah, we
Come
will.
back to it.
Well, we'll do that when
Yeah.
Some playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Playoff
near the
content.
end of the season.
Playoff
yeah.
content.
Those are some fun episodes.
Yeah.
Well, we can revisit that quarterback tier list too.
Baker Mayfield's moving down. Baker Mayfield's moving
He's
down.
not.
He's moving down.
He's played like a B tier quarterback this year.
Yeah, same tier as Jared Goff.
Yeah, he can move.
Bro, what?
Jared Goff can move up.
Yeah.
Then we got the Jags taking care of business, 17-point win, 37-20 against the Colts.
Yeah, that was a tough one to watch.
That was Gardner
Yeah.
Minshew. That's like your second favorite team this year.
Yeah,
Colts.
they were.
They were, bro's bandwagon.
I mean, I'm not watching.
They're not anymore.
I mean,
What
obviously,
happened?
well, obviously, nothing's gonna change my number one team. But I mean, I was like, I got the Colts. Like Anthony Richardson, he's a rookie.
Eagles trade Jalen Hurts for Nathan Peterman. What are you doing?
Crying.
You still saying Eagles fan?
I mean, yeah, but like,
Good for you, kid.
if I'm getting upset.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna like switch up on my team like that, but like I'm gonna be down there
Hold on,
asking
hold on,
who the
hold
fuck
on.
made this
Hold on.
trade.
I have a bone to pick with you. This man posted on the story, Bryce Harper, and he said, "If only you could play quarterback."
I did see
One
that.
week, and this
Yeah.
man. I'll give you Desmond Ritter. If you
Alright,
want
bro.
Desmond Ritter.
It was a joke. Obviously, he's
5-1, sell the team,
Honest.
trade everyone. No,
No.
he told me he wanted them to trade for Justin Fields.
Oh yeah, let me read that. That's actually fun. That
I'm
was
like,
actually
bro,
funny.
y'all are still tied for the best record in the league.
Oh, we're
Let's,
not even there
let's,
yet.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit, man.
All right. Yeah, it's okay. I said it's okay. We can trade for Justin Fields since he's basically the same thing as Jalen, and then we'll make him just as good and free up a ton
Is
of
that
cap
crazy?
space in the
what?
Justin
the
Fields is the
process.
same thing as Jalen Hurts. You still believe that?
Yeah,
Yes.
no.
No?
Both of those statements.
You just let the emotions get ahead of you.
Both of those statements were jokes. Obviously, we're not
Can
trading.
bro play quarterback? I was literally about to snap this man's neck. Like, I'll trade you for
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
No,
I
we're
don't
not.
give a fuck.
We're not
what do
trading
you
Jalen
want?
Hurts. There's no reason to do that. But we'll get into that.
One
later.
bad game
I
doesn't
have a bone to
define
pick with
you.
him in a second.
We'll
Once we're done.
we'll get to that later.
Once we're
Let's.
done, I have a bone to pick
How
with
many
him.
more 1:00 games we got?
How many what?
1:00 games
This week?
last week.
How many more?
Yeah.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4.
We were just
5,
on the
6,
Colts.
7.
Colts. Oh
We're
yeah,
on
I
the
was,
last one. We're
I
on
was,
the last one.
I was trying to explain to you how I was rooting for the Colts this season. I was like Anthony Richardson. He's a young.
He's out.
He's out for the season. I like Shane Steichen, obviously.
Steichen.
Yeah, he's
Philly's
a goat.
offensive coordinator. I
Yep.
like his
Chargers
offensive
QB coach,
style.
represent.
So I was cheering for him. I wanted to see him do, and I like Gardner Minshew. I was cheering for him too, but he's not good.
That
so.
makes sense. Hey, bro, what?
But
Former Eagles legend.
I mean, yeah, I know, but
True.
he's not good.
All right,
Well, bring out the jorts again.
Final 1:00 game.
Mhm.
Vikings and Bears was
Oh,
a
God.
slug it out. Tyson Bagent came in for the injured Justin Fields.
Yeah.
We're gonna see him again this week against the Raiders, who also don't have Jimmy G. So
It should be a great
that's
game.
must-watch TV
Yeah.
in my opinion. If you're a football fan, that's
Blockbuster.
must-watch TV.
Please tell me that's a 1:00 game.
I think it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh, thank God.
I want to see.
Be a good game.
I can go ahead and let you know right now, Nothing Agreed listeners, we will not
I'm
be
tuning
watching
in.
that game.
Brian Hoyer versus Bagent.
Oh, God.
Vet versus rookie.
That's a game. What a
Don't you think-
storyline that is.
Don't you think it's funny how the Raiders have both of Tom Brady's backup quarterbacks on the
That
team?
is funny.
And his old offensive coordinator?
There were a lot of
Yeah.
Brady backups though. Actually, no, but
Not really.
Hoyer was there for a while.
yeah.
And
Garoppolo.
And
Garoppolo.
Jimmy
for a
G
while.
was there for a
I
while.
was about to say, Garoppolo won 2 rings with them, didn't he?
Yeah.
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 2 or 3, I thought.
I think it was only 2, but
Yeah.
Word.
Still.
Yep.
But yeah, the Vikings
Vikings
beat the
held
Bears.
on. I thought the Bears almost were going to somehow sneak it out for some reason.
I mean, that was just a battle of the two poverty teams
This
this
year,
year.
this
Yeah.
yeah.
My dog of the day, the Patriots, unfortunately sold. You see that one pass where Mac Jones had Hunter Henry wide open?
Wide
and
open.
Airmailed him by like
Yeah.
5 yards.
That's a pass where you can't blame it on anything else besides
But
the
you.
quarterback. Yeah.
But did you see?
You can't say he didn't
did you
have
see what
protection.
Devontae Parker tweeted about that drop though?
What do you say?
So like when they were at the end of the game and he threw it and they dropped it.
Yeah.
He said he was only able to get his fingertips
Yeah, I saw
on
that, I
it,
saw that. Yeah.
and like when you slowed it down, like the whole ball was in his hands.
I wouldn't say it was in his palms, but it definitely was in
It wasn't in his palms,
Definitely in his
but,
fingers. Yeah.
but it was definitely he was definitely able to catch it.
Yeah.
So
It's all right.
it's not.
It's a Mac Jones
Yeah.
ball. Probably has some spit on it.
It might
Yeah,
have,
true.
but
Probably a little duck to it.
Yeah, but Raiders got the dub. My dog of the day went down.
yeah,
The Detroit Lions took the win 20-6 against the Buccaneers.
yeah.
Big
Did y'all see
win.
that at the end where they got all the Lions fans across, like the bottom ring? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
It was like filled with Lions fans. So Lions fans getting out there after finally getting some dubs.
They all
Good for
moved
them.
to Florida. That's why.
Yeah, the defense was holding on pretty good. Rams at Cardinals at Rams. Rams took it 26-9. Cooper Kupp had his first kind of coming
Comeback
out game after
yeah.
his injury. I think over 100 yards and a tutty. Looking
Yeah.
like the old Cooper Kupp. Puka Nakua fantasy owners like myself probably,
Don't like to see that.
Yeah.
probably start dipping down.
Taking down the usage. Yeah, should have
Yeah.
traded him.
Nah, I think he's still gonna do well.
I mean,
He still got some juice in him.
Like he dropped a touchdown pass that game.
Yeah, no, like he still got value. But I'm saying like you should have traded him like week 3 or 4 before, like when he was at his peak. But Cup's coming back, so if you could have gotten like
McCaffrey.
2,
I
like
still like him as a wide receiver too.
yeah, I mean he's definitely not like bad to have on your team, but he definitely had a lot of trade value earlier in the year.
Philly and Jets. The Jets got a little sneak pick, or not, but a pick to
Interception
Brees Hall.
to get down there. Yeah.
And then the win for the Jets.
Yep, home win for them.
So we saw the 49ers and the Eagles, both undefeated teams last week. Only undefeateds now. No more undefeateds in the league. So
Yeah, a lot of upsets. The dogs were barking last week for sure.
yeah, it's true.
Just not for us.
So yeah,
We probably-
Eagles sold my teaser.
Oh, did they really?
Well, I had them at +6.5 in one of them, so it hit. And I had the Niners +3.5, so thank God.
Oh,
And I had them at +6, and a push is a loss.
Yeah, and teasers. Yeah.
So push is a loss.
It's a shame.
So everything hit but them, and I lost that. So I was still
Sucks.
profitable. And then the last play of the game had some controversy in Buffalo. All right, in New York and Buffalo, there's Lily holding on Darren Waller, but the 15.5-point favorites, Bills, came out as 5-point winners somehow.
Yep.
You had the nice little plus team 15.5.
Ugly game, yeah.
It was an ugly game. The Giants have not scored a touchdown in it was something like 9 quarters or something crazy like that. So
That's why we got Tyrod Taylor, the Lord and Savior.
He
Came to
is.
save the day.
he will save the day.
Yep.
And so Bills barely got a win in there. I told you they always make the easy games look hard.
Yeah, we
Yep.
were
I
talking
almost
about
picked
that.
the Giants.
They're that
but,
team.
yeah, and then Cowboys and Chargers.
Monday Night Football.
I'll let you take that over, AJ.
I mean, not really much to say. 2 kind of slow offense games. Defense kind of stood up. A lot of penalties on both sides. But I mean, great game to watch. Bad outcome for me.
Yeah, and Chargers Nation. Now that we know they
That's
actually
right.
exist.
Yeah. There's not just a plant in the government.
It's very few.
Everyone thought she was a plant. I actually kind of believed it too.
Did you see her when she went on the Pat McAfee show? Did you see her her interview?
Kind of. I saw part of it.
I saw part of it too. I mean, she seemed like a pretty
Which
cool
they
person.
She's
show-
a genuine.
They
she seemed
showed
like
her
a-
way too much. That's why people
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
and the emotions were way too high.
Yeah.
It was like a first and goal from
Yeah.
the 6.
My
And she's
fa-
like,
Yeah, she's like scream. Yeah,
My
exactly.
my favorite
Like,
is-
first down, we're running the ball.
My favorite Instagram comments were, "I need whatever she's taken."
yeah.
I mean, you could definitely tell she's a new fan because every single game.
I
is
mean,
like
she
that
claims
with
she's a-
emotions.
She's
She
a
claims
long
she's a
season ticket holder.
she's a lifelong Chargers fan.
Yeah.
Which is why everyone thinks she's an industry plant because they claim those don't exist. But we have one right here.
They do exist, but they don't. They don't act like that.
Solid. I'll give you that.
They don't.
was solid.
They don't act like that for a game. You
She
should
was
know.
holding- no,
you
they
should
do.
know better
They
than what
do.
to expect.
They do because she was holding her hands up like that, and she was like praying to Jesus. Like every Chargers game.
Yeah.
I might put every Chargers game on a 13-point teaser, no matter what side, because I know it's a 1-possession game.
Yeah.
It's free.
Like this week, the Chargers Chiefs. Every
I might
game
take-
has been under
I
6
might
points.
take Chargers plus 18.5 because they're gonna make it within at least 8. So
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
a bad idea.
it's not at all. So yeah, but little late game Justin Herbert interception. Is he the future?
Time to blow it up.
Trying to blow it up. Maybe I think you could be a good Falcon.
Yeah, I think trade him high for his value now.
Yeah.
No, I obviously
Johnny
he
Smith.
didn't play well. A lot of plays you could say were 100% his fault. Is it still the finger? Who knows? Was it just a bad game? Who
He
knows?
missed some throws.
Yeah. I don't think there's anywhere to worry on that. He's bounced back before, so he can now.
True.
I mean, everyone has rough games, so we'll see how they bounce back. Big game against Kansas City next week, so
Yep.
we will see at Kansas City too. It's always tough there.
Mm-hmm. So that was kind of the whole wrap. You got anything other comments y'all want to make? Wait, who do y'all think is the best team in the league, real quick?
Right now,
Yeah, right now.
that's.
A lot of people are saying the Dolphins.
No, their defense is not.
I mean,
good
it's either
enough.
between Dolphins and 49ers for me.
Okay, some people said Lions.
I
I could see that.
I like
I
them.
think it's a little bit of a reach, but but I think they're top 5.
They're definitely top 5.
Yeah, but I think number 1's a reach.
I might put them there.
For the
Really?
Lions.
I mean, there's probably some recency bias for the 49ers. I mean, I probably would have said them if they didn't lose to P.J. Walker, but
Yeah, but they also were hobbled that game. Like Debo was out, Christian McCaffrey
Yeah.
got injured.
Yeah.
But Debo was injured, Christian McCaffrey got injured, Trent Williams got injured.
and it's
So.
kind of the same with the Eagles game too.
Yeah.
Because I would have put them up there too, but I mean, I'd probably put them 5. I mean, but like if you go off, it's hard this year because if you go off records, you have 5 teams that are 5-1, and that's the Niners, the Eagles, the Lions, the Dolphins, and the Chiefs. And out of those 5 teams, the Lions and the Dolphins have been playing the best as of recently. The Chiefs, although they have been winning, they haven't been winning with style like they usually do. They haven't been blowing out opponents. They're usually close, safe wins. Kind of similar to the Eagles. They don't have that explosiveness from last year. All the wins they've had this year have been against inferior opponents. I'll give you that as well, but they're also close wins, so it's not anything that's like blows you away. But when you go and look at the Lions and the Dolphins, they're out here putting up a ton of offensive fireworks, so
Yeah.
they're blowing out opponents, so
True.
you kind of want to go and put them there. But if you
True.
want to take it like the best like team, like roster, like the best chance, I guess you'd still have like who was the best roster.
If you were to pick a team to win the Super Bowl.
I mean, I'd probably want to pick the Niners. I'd probably pick the Niners.
Yeah, I mean, safest bet is the Niners and the Dolphins, but I could also see the Lions.
I just don't think the Dolphins have the defense to hold up in the playoffs. Because look at their one loss. It was to Buffalo, and they
Buffalo blew 'em out.
and they blew them out. So I think the Dolphins' success right now is going to be sort of a regular season sort of thing.
Yeah, I just want to see it like extend. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Because
Like
like
that early
See what
game.
happens
we're
when
gi- we're giving
Jalen
them all
Ramsey
this-
comes back.
All
we're
like
giving
that
them all
early
this.
game.
We're giving them all this credit for that 70-point game against the Broncos, but like again, the Broncos are the worst defense in the league. So they've played the one good offense that they've actually played, they got blown out. And the Bills actually have a good defense too to slow down that offense, which is why I think a lot of people are really looking forward to this Eagles-Dolphins game. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think,
Sunday.
yeah, Sunday night, because maybe not because I mean we're pretty banged up too, but the Eagles.
That's a good game.
Yeah, it will be a good game, but the Eagles' offense, besides the Bills, will probably be
Trying to find an
the
excuse.
best one they've played
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
And then defensively, I mean, I'm trying to think of who else they've played. So, I mean, I guess we'll find.
Yeah,
we'll
that'll be
find
a
out.
game that'll tell us a lot. Kind of.
Broncos held the Chiefs to 19 points.
That is
They
true.
dropped 70 on their heads.
Yeah, and again, football is a week-to-week
Yeah, it's
thing.
crazy. You know.
There's a lot.
Depends
There's a
how
matchups
good you
game.
are
You
that
can't
day.
really do that, yeah.
People don't understand. Like, there's so much that goes into a weekly matchup. Like, teams will
People don't
draw
understand
up their whole different teams draw up whole different playbooks, like defensively and offensively.
Really?
Like, yeah,
He
like
just said people don't understand. He's telling the people
Oh, my fault.
what they don't understand.
My fault, people.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of people they'll look at a team, right?
I know you. I know ball. Y'all don't.
That's not what I'm saying. But I'm
I
saying
know.
like a lot of people
Cap.
like when you look at that, like you look at the Dolphins beating the Broncos by 50 points.
Yeah.
And then you look at the Broncos or the Chiefs beating the Broncos by however many, like 16 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you like, oh, well, based on these games, like
The
the
Dolphins
Dolphins,
have to
are
be
going to blow out the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But like that, the play calling on both sides of the ball for the Broncos, for the Dolphins, like, compared to when they go against the Chiefs and the Broncos, are going to be completely different because
Yeah.
those are two completely teams they're playing against, different players, different strategies.
Yeah,
It's
of
a
course.
like I love to say it's a giant chess game, but I feel like most people just think you go in, you got this team that's supposed to be really good, and you've got this team that's good but not supposed to be better than this team, and then everyone's like, oh, well, what happened when the team that's not supposed to be as good as the other team wins? So that's. I know I got off on a tangent there, but that's kind of the point I was
Sorry.
making.
If anyone needs to learn how football works, just replay the last 2 minutes.
At Baron Burns, by the
yeah,
way.
there you go.
Yeah, that's DMs. So.
There you go.
But now we have a new section. I think we're gonna try every week. We're gonna try to do something different after the last week recap. This week, I'm gonna give y'all the power rankings for Fox, or I'll give y'all two teams that are next to each other, right? So like 21, 22, 24, 25. And either I can just give y'all 2 teams, and then you have to argue which one's better, or I can just say 2 teams, and then y'all can say which one y'all think is better. And once there's a disagreement, then you can argue which one y'all want to do.
Nah, give me one and give him the other.
Do you want to do that, or
So we just are forced to argue.
So yeah, you want to do the other way, where it's like y'all do disagree.
I'll do the first way, what he wants. I like that.
You like that?
Yeah. So even if we like don't agree, we
You
kind
still
of
have to make points and stuff. Okay.
bullshit our way.
All right. I'll do this. Ready? Barron, do you want the 28th team or the 29th team?
I'll do the 29th.
Okay. You're going to argue the Broncos. You're going to argue the Giants.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oof.
The-
All right. Why
the
the Broncos
Giants?
are better than
Yeah.
the Giants?
You're the Broncos.
Yeah.
You're the Giants.
Well, I think I could safely say that the Giants. Well, both teams have been terrible, but I think the Giants are probably the worst team in football right now.
Okay.
You're supposed to argue for your team,
I know,
not
that's-
against the other.
You can argue against the team because you got to say which one's better.
Okay.
But try to bring some points back.
No, I'm getting to that, but the big part of my argument is that the Giants are just horrible.
Okay.
I mean,
Daniel,
Daniel.
you can burn mine. I'll burn yours.
I mean,
more.
you could say the
That's,
same
I mean,
thing
that's
about
that's kind of how
Broncos,
it goes. I mean, I guess that's kind
Fight
of how
fire
it,
with fire.
that's kind of how it goes when you're, I guess, this low. But like, Daniel Jones is a legalized bank robber. He's horrible. Saquon Barkley, he's still injured, right? I'm pretty
No,
sure.
he played.
No, he
He did
played.
play.
He almost had 100 rushing yards.
Oh yeah,
he played.
did. I forgot about
4
that.
catches.
Mhm.
Although I thought I saw somewhere that they might consider trading him, or that his name's in like trade rumors
Probably.
or something.
Maybe.
Anyway,
That's what happens when you're a bad team.
defense is terrible, or their their secondary and their linebackers are terrible. Their defensive line's fine, but other than that, it's terrible. But when you look at the Broncos, I think there's a lot of upside with the Broncos. Yes, they have been playing horribly. They've only won 1 game against a terrible opponent. But the talent's there. You look at their roster, they've got the talent to be good. Their offensive line, I mean, shouldn't be as bad as it's been playing. And they've got good receivers in Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. Obviously, they're not great, but they're good. And I mean, I guess Russell Wilson's old and trash, so maybe throw in Drew Lock and see what happens. But I don't think
Drew
he's.
Lock's on the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot they traded him.
But they
Yeah.
traded Russell. They traded him for Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But
They
stuck in the pass.
yeah, they have no upside right now.
I don't even
I mean,
know-
they got good young players, but their quarterback is
Yeah, their
horrible.
quarterback.
That's the problem.
And
like you know you're getting with him, so there's, there's no going
I said
up.
earlier. Most NFL teams only go as far as the quarterback takes them, and the Broncos kind of are one of those. They are one of those teams, because their defense, although they have the talent to be a top 3 defense in the league like they were last year, they haven't been playing to that level. So I don't know when their bye is, but I'm sure they're gonna spend some time and mid-season try and figure everything out. But I think if you're arguing who's the better team between those two, I think you have to say the Broncos, just because the talent on that roster has so much more potential than the Giants.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I'll say I'll agree and kind of disagree with that statement because you have a lot of young players surrounding Russell Wilson, but you have Russell Wilson who's been in the league. To me, it doesn't seem like there's any potential there. Like we've seen his ceiling. We know we have for kind of going in 2 years now. You brought in a proven coach. You got, good players on defense, good weapons on offense. A young core around it, but that does nothing if you have a, 30-plus-year-old quarterback that's decrepit and can't throw the ball more than 10 yards. Right, so you can't go far with that because it's not like unless Russell Wilson just explodes out of nowhere, which I don't see that happening because again he's 30 years old and everyone knows he's already reached his peak. I don't see that happening, but for the Giants, now this is a tough team to argue. I'm not gonna lie, but the kind of only thing I have to say is just a big step for them is to fix the O-line, right? You're not gonna be able to put any points no matter what weapons, what quarterbacks, what running backs, what receivers that you have. You have to fix the O-line. Watching their games, Daniel Jones has, no time at all to what to play. If you look at the last game, they've had like 5 different combinations of O-lines, and you're throwing Tyrod in there, and you got, all these random guys with injuries and all that, and it all just starts with the O-line, right? The defense can only give up so much if they're on the field the whole game because the offense is so bad. Keep the O-line going, get some drives going. You're obviously not expect to score every time, but fix the O-line, get the defense off the field a little bit more, and they'll give up less points. So fix the O-line, get less 3-and-outs. To me, I think they're, one step away from being manageable over the Broncos, because to me, the Broncos have everything they need. They're just not doing it.
So your argument is basically like the Giants can at least do something with what they have. The Broncos are just a dumpster fire.
Essentially, yeah. Because we obviously know what we have with Russ.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like it's the opposite.
You think it's the opposite?
Yeah.
You don't think the O-line matters?
Well, no, I'm saying like
The Giants more the dumpster fire?
Yeah, and the Broncos have more to work with, because I feel like if you look at the two rosters side by side, if you look at the Broncos roster, like they have so much more better players than the Giants. So they have more trade value. Maybe not draft picks wise, but as of player wise, they probably have more trade value than the Giants outside of Saquon Barkley. But like you said, the problem with the Giants is personnel issue or like player issues. The problems with the Broncos is coaching and development issues. I feel like those issues, they might not get fixed this season, but I feel like that's a lot easier than completely restructuring an offensive line mid-season. And then I'm
not saying mid-season. I'm just saying they're way closer to you fix one thing and you're, winning more games compared to the Broncos, and they have a whole bunch of problems. Their defense is bad. Their offense is bad. Unless they ship Russ out, they're not getting any better.
But again, I think the number of problems on each team, I think the Giants have way more than the Broncos.
Okay.
No.
Well, let's break it down. I mean, both teams suck. Let's get it right. Both teams have terrible defenses. The only highlight that the Giants somewhat have is that defensive, that pass rush, or not that runs stuff. They're pretty good again after the runner. But again, secondary horrible.
Mm.
They both have terrible quarterbacks that they're probably going to be moving on from pretty soon. So I put them in the same boat there. I guess you can say Saquon Barkley is a much better running back option than anyone the Broncos have, but the Broncos definitely have a better offensive line for him to run behind than the Giants do. So I would say those probably offset. And then if you look at those receiving cores, I'm definitely taking the Broncos over the Giants. And then I guess it really comes down to then coaching. Yeah, I guess the Giants have a more I don't want to say successful because Sean Payton won a Super Bowl, but Brian Daboll has proven, maybe not this year, but at least the past couple of years, that he can coach at a high level offensively with Buffalo and the Giants' success last year. Sean Payton, I don't know what happened. He took the second best defense in football last year and now has it as one of the worst. So
he's still doing that old man coaching. That's the problem.
Yeah, you gotta do that new man coaching.
Yeah, he's too old. Got to get in with all these young coaches. Yeah. But going back to your point on how you're saying,
close it up.
Yeah, on how you're saying both quarterbacks are terrible. As I, agree with that statement, I would argue that Daniel Jones still has room to improve, as Russell Wilson's only going down with age and given the O-line, right? You're arguing that Broncos have a much better team around them, and the quarterback play is not good. You look at the Giants, their O-line's bad, their weapon's bad, and their quarterback's bad. So you're kind of you have more excuses for the Giants in a way than the Broncos,
I guess,
which is why they're better.
But, I mean, I would also argue that Daniel Jones is not getting any better. If anything, he's gotten worse.
Why? Their O-line has been worse. Their weapons have been worse.
Granted,
they were good last year. Has Russell Wilson gotten any better on the Broncos? No. People say he's gotten worse.
His stats look better.
I mean, I think he's been playing better this year than he has last year. Definitely not better than the end of last year, but I think if we looked at this Broncos team exactly a year ago today, I think Russell Wilson personally is playing at a better level than he was. I think the defense playing much worse is what's really worsening that argument for him. But again, one last point about your Daniel Jones. I mean, what is he on his 5th year in the league now? His first 3 were dumpster fires.
Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5.
I don't even know how he
2019.
Yeah, he was drafted a year before that big class. So yeah, I guess 5 years. This is his 5th year. So his first 3 years with the Giants were terrible. I don't even know how he made it that far. And then last year he looked pretty good. I'll give you that. And he got his bag. And then again, I don't know all of their internal offensive line issues and who they kept from last year and who they let go and who they brought in. But I guess it can be the offensive line's fault, but he just looks so much worse than last year.
I'm not saying it is. I'm saying it can or can't be. I think with the Broncos, you don't really have that many excuses. Like, you have weapons, you have all these good players. The Giants have none of that. Like, they have a semi-proven quarterback. You can't say he's not proven. He just got a, good bag. Got him to 11 wins last year. So you have, you're not bringing in a random guy from college and expecting him to go win games like he's won before in the past. So that's kind of my way around it.
All right, there you go. We'll see what the people have to think about that one. I thought it was pretty tight.
I think you should let us know, or you should pick on who you think based on what we said.
With the arguments made, I think I'm gonna have to give a slight advantage to AJ. I think just with the talk about kind of last year as well, rolling this year, like the more upside.
Yeah.
Right. And I think both teams are dumpster fires. I think they're both.
I mean, yeah, they're both.
We
bottom
both picked
teams
the bottom
in the league,
team.
yeah.
So
it's tough. It's tough to argue like some of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah. So, and the Broncos gave up 70, which is horrible.
Yeah.
So, even though it's a high flying offense.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one quick one. We'll do a higher one.
All right,
so,
this is quick. This is quick. It's supposed to be quick. Okay.
All right. So, we'll do a quicker one. You can pick a number. Just pick a number. Maybe you can go higher side. Maybe you can go lower side.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want 15 or do you want 17?
Give me 17.
All right. Should have picked 15.
Who is 15 before you tell me?
17's the Falcons.
Oh, let's go.
15's the Chargers.
Oh, wow. That would have been interesting.
16 is the Rams.
Oh, so I got to argue why the Falcons are better than the Rams?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right. Give me a second. Let him go first.
Or do you want to pick the Chargers?
No, I'll do the Falcons.
All right.
I can't argue the Chargers. Let him go first.
Oh, yeah. That
go
would
ahead.
be good.
The Rams.
So, why the Rams are better than the Falcons? I say number one is just the experience in the quarterback room, right? You got Matthew Stafford. He's proven. You kind of have Ritter on the other side, who's looked good, show some ups and downs. Stafford's obviously, not in his prime, maybe a little bit escaping it. Still has good weapons around him. Defense is good. Coaching's always good. They're one of those teams that, will always hang around no matter what their roster's looking like. You have one of the best coaches in the NFL. You're finally getting your players back from injuries. You're turning all these no-name, like Puka Nacua guys into some beasts. Their defense is, not as good as it has been, but it's not horrible. It's been solid. But I'd say kind of my main point around that is just the experience at quarterback.
All right, my one and only counter to that is start Taylor Heineke, and they're a better team. The Falcons have a young defense that's up and coming. They've got some veterans on there too. I know they brought in Jesse Bates for that defensive back leadership.
Uh-huh.
They've got not Calais Campbell. What's his name?
Calais Campbell.
Yeah,
They do have
Calais
Calais
Campbell.
Campbell.
Oh, they do have Calais
Yeah.
Campbell, but who? Grady Jarrett. That's
Grady
what I'm
Jarrett,
thinking of.
PT, yep.
Yeah, he's been on there a while. He's a veteran on that room. He's
tenured.
He's still kicking. I mean, he's a good defensive tackle. And you look on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, obviously they don't know how to use Kyle Pitts, but Johnny Smith's on there. He's good.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts is. I mean, if he ever gets the ball thrown, I mean, he did last
He had
week.
a good good week last
Yeah,
week.
he's
back
good.
last
Drake.
week.
Drake. I mean, honestly,
Drake London had a big week
you
last
just
week too.
you just get rid of Desmond Ridder. I don't know why he's on the team. You bring in Taylor Heineke, who's proven that he can play with pieces around him, and they have the pieces for him to play. They have Bijan Robinson, who's gonna win Offensive Rookie of the Year, unless C.J. Stroud does.
Yeah.
And they got Drake London, who's got a lot of upside. And then is wide receiver 2 Mac Hollins, or is there another guy in there?
Yeah, we got Matt Collins.
I mean,
We got Matt Collins.
he's proven he's good. He came over from the Raiders. He's a big body receiver. I mean, they have all of the offensive weapons they need to succeed and defensively. And I think the Falcons are, like I said earlier, are the prime example of a team that will only go so far that their quarterback takes them. And when they have the worst quarterback in the league, I don't think they're getting very far. But, yeah, they literally just need to make a switch at quarterback, and they're a better team than the Rams.
Yeah.
So, like, basically just proves my point on why they're better. Because of the quarterback.
Yeah, but he did argue other aspects like the running game.
Yeah,
running
the
backs.
Rams' running game is little to non-existent.
I mean, that's fair, but you have assault. Like, they don't need to rely on the run. They have all these weapons.
No, you do need to. You have to have a balanced run pass attack, because if a defense can just sit back and press coverage or drop coverage every time because you're never going to run the ball, then it's a lot easier to defend.
But
That's
it's
literally what's.
It's not a perfect world out here.
Obviously, it's not. But that's literally how the Eagles held them scoreless.
It's just the strengths of other teams. Obviously, the strength of the Falcons is running. That doesn't happen to be the strength with the Rams, so they both do more what they're strongest in, and that's why the Rams pass more and the Falcons run more, just because they have different strengths in different places. And going back to my other point, they run the ball more because of the inexperience at quarterback, and they're not as trusted as, someone like Matthew Stafford would be, because you run the ball more when you're less confident.
All right, last argument.
In your quarterback.
I mean, I'm just gonna say no team. I feel like in today's NFL, most teams are not gonna sustain success with just a pass-heavy offense. You've gotta have the balance, and I just don't think the
Falcons
Rams
don't have a balance either, though.
I mean, they throw it as much as they need to. Obviously, it's not going to be 50-50 both sides of the way, but they've got to be close. It's got to be like 60-40. It can't be 90-10, because that's essentially what the Rams do. And they're probably one of the worst teams in the league at it, because they barely run the ball. And now they're starting running backs out for a couple weeks.
True.
So they're probably going to run it even less now. And I mean, honestly, as a defensive coordinator, all you need to do is just send 4 and just drop everyone. Put 2 people on Cooper. Put 2 DBs on Cooper Kupp. Put 1 on Nakua with a safety over the top. Clog the middle. What are they doing? Nothing. So I feel like, yes, while Matthew Stafford is leagues above Desmond Ridder, and as of right now, that Falcons offense probably is not going to play at a higher level than that Rams. Maybe if they went head-to-head, because I think if the Falcons played a bad enough defense, then it could produce. But, yeah, they switch out Desmond Ridder, they're leagues ahead of the Rams.
So did you watch the Rams game this last weekend or no?
Not.
So I'm not like not agreeing with you, but I have the Rams running back on my fantasy team, and he did have. I'm not saying that they had this the whole season, but he did have a pretty good game. I think around 150 yards, 1 touchdown. So I wouldn't like blame the whole things on the Ram not having a running game, because as of recent, that's not true. I'm not speaking for the whole season. But as of recent, they've kind of gotten it going.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch that game. I was a little preoccupied. But as of the 5 weeks prior, and at least every Rams game I've watched, they've ran the ball. At least the one Rams game that I've watched start to finish, of course, is the one against my team, and they ran the ball maybe 4 times that game.
Word.
So,
well, I think I'm gonna give this one to Barron because the Falcons are the best team in the league.
Of course.
But also he does bring up the one-dimensional part, which is good. I think you should hit home the Falcons' defense pass game is really good.
Yeah,
and their run defense is top 3.
Is it top 3?
Yeah, it was number 1 last week.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was against running backs.
No, the Eagles were number 1 last year.
No.
Oh, the Eagles are
Against
number
running backs, they're number one.
against running back.
Yeah.
How is
Every team's number
fantasy.
one, depending
Oh,
what stat you
fantasy.
look at.
I was
Yeah.
talking about like non-fantasy
Yeah.
statistics.
Fantasy-wise, they're the goat.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, good
But
for
I think
them,
they're
yeah.
top. They're probably like top 5 against.
I mean, they could be.
running
I
backs,
just know
something like
that Eagles are the best pass.
True.
rush, but I was gonna.
Word.
But yeah,
Well-
no, the Falcons' defense is. Not to repeat myself, but it is so much better than that Rams.
Yeah,
defense.
the Rams defense can
So
struggle
much
sometimes.
better.
Yeah.
So, but we'll make a 1-1 just for the. We'll also have people, just send your answers down. We'll see who y'all think is better. Also, I think that since this was my idea, maybe y'all should do the next one for the wild card. One of y'all should take that, and I'll
Yeah. Let's go.
either arguments or anything like that, so I can get involved as well. But
Yeah, we'll do that
let's look forward to
next week.
number 7. It's already week 7. First of all, we start with some Thursday night football, which is today. The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans is 2.5-point favorites. Lions going up. AJ, I know you got NOLA. Who you got?
Oh, I'm going Jacksonville.
Going Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think they've. I actually don't know where's the game.
In NOLA.
And no,
Yeah.
in
No, I
in
mean,
the dome.
That's not
The
gonna.
Dome is a tough place to play.
It is.
That's not gonna change.
Does,
my
it
answer,
should.
but
Should.
it shouldn't. I mean, it definitely is. It's gonna be an interesting game because the Saints have a really good defense. Trevor Lawrence is at a iffy season. I mean, I have him fantasy.
He's also hurt. He hasn't practiced all week.
He's playing, though.
Yeah,
He's
I know
playing though.
So yeah, I
See
think,
how
sprain.
we see how he looks.
I think
though.
it's a good game, but I trust the Jaguars.
All right. Jaguars, Saints. I'm going to go with the Jags as well. Although I am very scared about that one. I'm flippy floppy, wishy washy.
Yeah, it's a coin flip.
It is.
I'm just reason I'm picking the Saints here is 1, they're at home, and 2, Trevor
place to play.
Lawrence is
banged up. Yeah, it's good reason. But we move into the 1:00 games because there's no 9:30, like I mentioned earlier. You got the 3-point favorite Browns. Maybe Deshaun plays, maybe he doesn't. Going against the backup Gardner Minshew and the Indianapolis Colts. Browns. You're picking against your second favorite team.
Yeah, I mean, after last week, that
Yeah, it
Colts
was kinda
team
bad.
just- poor Jonathan Taylor just signed a bag just for that.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunate.
who do you got?
I'm gonna go Browns as well,
Okay.
regardless of who's quarterbacking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Browns as well, just because of the defense.
Yeah.
I'm scared about what the defense can do. So
Poor little Gardner Minshew.
yeah, we'll see what he can do. Bills and Patriots. Bills are 8.5-point favorites. Anyone's thinking of a little big dog of the day.
I mean, Patriots haven't shown me anything as of late.
In Foxborough.
Doesn't matter.
All right, well, in Foxborough,
Doesn't
you
matter
got the
for
Bills.
him.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bills. The Patriots haven't really shown me anything.
Give me the Bills in a close game.
Yeah, I think the Patriots might cover that game,
There you go.
but I think the Bills will win.
I think the Bills cover. I'm gonna go Bills by 10. Make it 27-17.
Okay.
Raiders Bears. We got Brian Hoyer in Chicago against Tyson Bagent. I'm saying this is the game to watch this week. Game to watch. Who you got in that one?
I'm gonna go with the quarterback that I've actually heard of before. So give me the Raiders.
Okay.
Give me the Bears
Dang, why the Bears?
because it's not the Raiders.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Nice.
He's a
I forgot he's the
Chargers
Raiders.
fan.
Yeah, I forgot he's the Raiders. Give me the Raiders just because of Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams disgruntled and Brian Hoyer's gonna go, oh fuck it, just throw it down there.
Yeah, I mean, I got him on fantasy, so that'd be huge.
Yeah. The Washington Commanders play at the New York Football Giants. A little argument there, but Commanders been moving up in line. Who you got?
Commanders.
Commanders.
Give me the Commanders as well.
I'm gonna take the Giants.
Don't hate that pick.
I think
Little dog of the day action, maybe.
maybe. I'm gonna take the Giants. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a little bit of surprises, so we'll see what happens.
Surprises.
I think there's gonna be a surprise. I think if Tyrod Taylor plays, he might play like a good little. I think it's gonna be a big Saquon day. I think Saquon's gonna have his action. Wan'Dale Robinson's gonna have 50+ yards and 5 catches.
Wandale, yep.
So yeah, it's my big prediction. My Atlanta Falcons travel down to Tampa Bay and face a B-tier quarterback in Baker Mayfield. Who you got in that one?
Who's quarterback?
For who?
Yeah, I think you know what I'm asking
The
for.
Falcons.
Bro, who else is it going to be?
Is it Ritter?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
freaking
give me
Arthur Smith rides the hell out of
All right,
him.
give me Buccaneers.
Got it.
Give me
Although-
give me the Falcons.
I think that game could be very close.
Yeah, I think
it'll come down to the last
Give me the
play.
Falcons there.
I teased the over in that game.
I don't know about that. I might tease the under.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
That might be unless
Either
you get,
way,
like,
you
unless
find a little
both
sweet spot.
unless both quarterbacks throw 2 pick sixes.
I was thinking like there's gonna be some interceptions.
They're
which
both
sets some drives
capable.
up.
They are both capable.
So,
So,
but I teased the under, so it's 24.5. So all I need is basically 13 points from each team.
yeah.
I'm gonna be disappointed. Give me the Bucks. Sadly, my
All right.
Bijan jersey just came in as well.
Oh
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Represent.
3
Um,
months.
How long did it take?
Yeah.
I ordered it week 2,
Oh, okay.
so a month and a half.
That's pretty good. I
Not
thought you
bad.
ordered it over the
How
summer.
does it look? Is it good condition?
I
Good
I
quality.
literally got it in the mail like an hour ago. I was had to go pick it up.
You haven't even opened it yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We don't even. He
I'll
doesn't even
send
know what
y'all
it
a
looks
video.
like.
I'll send y'all a video. I think it's in
Hopefully
white.
the name's on the right
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
Hopefully it's
not
not
on-
like Bijan Rav.
or it's not on backward or
Yeah.
upside down.
That probably will happen. Let's be honest here. Detroit Lions at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are 3-point favorites. Barron, send us away.
Ooh, the Ravens are favored
3 points
At home.
at home.
At home.
Yeah, give me the Lions.
Yep.
Casual. Give me the Ravens here.
There you go. Give me the. I want to say the Ravens. I got the Lions tease though. So
Because you know they're winning.
yeah. So give me the Lions.
Fun. Like, are the Ravens? Did they get all their players healthy again? Did all their receivers learn how to catch? Like,
yeah, they did.
They're at home. They just won.
Because you said that they've been listening.
I
Ra-
know.
Ravens
Yeah,
have.
I didn't know. Zay
Ravens only
Flowers
have
was
one
tapping
less
in.
loss than the Lions.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah.
it's not like the Ravens are horrible. No one's just talking about the Ravens right now.
Yeah, because they played.
Yeah.
They've played 3 of the 4 AFC South teams.
All right, but they're winning though. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not
Well,
like they're
you
losing.
expect them to win.
That's the 1 o'clock slate.
but
6 games on the 1 o'clock slate. So a small little slate for the day because there's 6 teams on bye. We move to the 4 o'clock, and thank God there's 4 games. We got the Cardinals at Seattle. Seattle Seahawks.
yeah, Seahawks winning.
Seahawks are 7.5 point favorites. You got Seahawks.
Yeah, they're not going down like
Yeah,
they
give me
did last
Seahawks.
week.
No, I think the Cardinals will cover. So
I think they'll cover.
Be
Yeah.
close. Yeah.
Seahawks will win.
you got the Steelers and the Rams.
Ooh.
405. Rams are 3-point favorites in LA.
I might
The
take-
dirty towels will be out in LA.
That's a tough.
It's in LA, but it's a
Terrible
home
towel.
game for the
So-
Steelers.
Yeah,
When
terrible
you-
towel will be out.
When you look at it, because you have the Rams, high-powered offense against the Steelers, dominating defense.
Yep.
And then on the other side, you have the whatever they're called, the Steelers' horrible
Whatever
offense.
they're called.
Play
That team.
basically, you got the Steelers' dog shit offense up
Those have been the
against
football team.
the Rams' dog shit defense. So I guess it's gonna have to who's better, the Pittsburgh defense or the Rams offense. So
Rams offense.
Rams offense.
yeah, so give me the Rams.
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 Give me the Rams. I think Kenny Pickett's gonna go crazy in a bad way.
You might get sacked 4 times.
Yeah, I'm gonna like this game. I'm actually gonna pay attention to this game. I love watching like kind of
Trash
Shitter
matchups.
games, yeah. Packers and Broncos. Packers are 1-point favorites in Denver.
Feeling the love, baby.
You are?
I am.
What are you feeling?
I'm feeling the love as well.
I want to pick the Packers, but since they both picked the Packers, give me the Broncos, man. Russell Wilson, swag time, swag surfing.
Yeah, I hope someone makes fun of you for that.
Hey, bruh. Once they win, talk to me nice. All right.
I will.
Yep.
All right. Chargers at Chiefs. Hey, let's let you start this one off.
Give me the Chargers in a close one.
Okay. Even you saying that, you don't believe it.
No, I mean
believe it
the
when you
games
say it.
the games against the Chiefs are always close. We
Yeah,
just
they
happen
are.
to lose them.
Exactly.
But if we get 1 or 2 plays our way, hopefully flip a couple points, maybe we can pull out the upset.
Football gods don't watch that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you asked me this last year in the preseason. I'm saying Chiefs, no question, but they haven't shown me that they're the same team this year. And the Chargers, as as bad as they have lost this year, they still look like they have the potential to do some damage. So
They do.
I don't want to claim a winner for that one because I think that one
You
can
gotta
go
claim a
either.
winner.
I think that one can go
Claim
either
a
way.
winner.
Okay.
I think that one can go either way.
Just
though.
say it, bro.
Give me the Chiefs. Mahomes likes to shine a little bit sometimes when the brights are light. The lights are bright. There you go.
Brights are light.
The brights are light. So I can't even shine when the lights aren't bright. So Mahomes I think is gonna shine out, do their thing. Chargers never really win against the Chiefs. I'm gonna take history on my side. So
We're due.
and
We
Fly
haven't
Eagles.
won in like 10 years.
Fly Eagles fly in the Kelly Green this week. Showing out the Kelly Green on Sunday Night Football. The maybe number 1 team in the league, Miami Dolphins, are coming as 2.5-point underdogs in Philly.
I thought they were favored by today.
2.5-point underdogs
They were. It was 3 point underdogs earlier in the week.
for Philly.
Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah, for Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But now it's 2.5.
That's what we're talking. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's moved up. I thought I saw it flip today. Now the Eagles aren't favored.
Nope.
Nah.
No.
Drugs are one hell of a drug.
Yeah. Give me a jersey. That's a jersey bet for me. Give me the Kelly Greens.
Okay.
Eagles.
Yeah, give me the Kelly Greens as well.
Yeah.
I feel like the vibe in Philly's gonna go
Yeah.
crazy. So
It's like how the Bucks can't lose in the creamsicles. Oh wait.
yeah.
Oh wait.
Oh,
Oh wait, they didn't even score a touchdown.
Yeah. Oh wait, Baker threw his 3rd pick of the
Yep,
game.
the B tier quarterback.
All right, bro. Chill.
That's a joke that it is gonna stay on here.
He
Yeah.
is a B-tier quarterback.
We should interview him.
Bro's still
Tell him about
saying that. It's crazy.
If he came on to interview, that would be the greatest day of my life.
That's okay.
Really?
Would
So
that
what
not
if,
be
like-
the greatest day of your life?
What if like
too?
Jason Kelsey came on?
No.
That would be the. I think if any professional athlete ever agrees to sit down and come on this podcast, that would be the greatest day of all 3 of our
I mean,
lives.
you can definitely do it.
Give me Chargers Super Bowl in 4.
Well, that's never happening.
Probably.
So.
Yeah.
What's the next?
You have
best
some
thing?
coke stash in your pocket. That's crazy.
No, I'm talking about like.
So let's pick something realistic, something that's gonna happen,
Like when
or
I bet
that,
the Niners.
that
That was
could
realistic.
happen. Something within the realm of possibility.
Within the realm of possibility. Okay, well. Let me think.
Bro's really thinking.
All right, we're taking up too much time to think
Yeah,
here.
come
What's
on.
the Monday night game?
Monday night, the coming off a loss, the San Francisco 49ers are going against a current 1-game winning streak with the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, 49ers. All right, let's move on.
Niners? What's up? What you want? Hey, bro, not everything's about you. Who you got?
Give me the Niners here in a bounce back.
Yeah, give me the Niners in a bounce.
There's no
Yeah.
debate for this one.
There is.
There
Never-
is.
Hey, we thought there was no debate for the Niners against the Browns.
Yeah,
No,
that's
we,
right.
No, we didn't. Some of us said the Browns were gonna win. I'm pretty sure we can go back and
Well,
look. But didn't
To
we
be
not
fair,
say-
that was before Watson was ruled
Yeah.
out.
And that was
yeah,
before
was-
the 10.5-point underdogs.
That is
Yeah.
true. But I mean,
Word.
but we also all 3 sat up here and said those are the games that the 49ers usually drop. So I remember that.
Fly, Eagles, fly. All right.
Yep.
So, now we got AJ, you want to send it in?
Start us off.
That was
That was not
that
a
was
dog.
a
That
was
was
a growl.
That was a gremlin.
Dog of the day.
All right, there's no need for that.
All right.
That was
So-
beautiful.
That was good. It was What More Can I Say by Jay-Z, but dog of the day. See? There's a little hip hop for y'all. Anyways, scoreboard check. Nobody won last week. Barron, you had the Seahawks. I had the Patriots. AJ, you had the 10.5-point Broncos.
So,
By the way, I just want to say something to all the viewers out there. AJ was like, "Well, there's no big slates today or big spreads." So this man is just shooting for a dog. It's big now.
He's just
No,
trying
there is big spreads.
but he's just
Yeah.
trying to take a leap over.
I'm due
Brooks.
for one.
So
He's
any punishment ideas, mainly
Go-
for AJ.
go
at this
big or go
rate.
home.
true.
Y'all are chirping. All I need is one of them, and
Dude,
I'm in
I
the
mean,
lead.
you
I'm
do-
not chirping.
I'm
I'm
in
just
the
saying,
lead.
I'm just stating the facts.
But let's
I'm just stating the
let's
facts.
put it realistically. All you do is need one big one, but you've gone big. You've been shooting for these big ones
You've
6
gone
weeks
home
in a
every
row.
week so
Yeah,
far.
you've gone home 6 weeks in
all
a
right,
row.
it's either hit 4 2-point underdogs in a row, or hit 1, 8, or 10 points in a
But
out
I'm
of
saying-
6.
He's got good logic. He's got
Yeah.
good logic.
But I'm saying by the time that your 12-point underdog hits, Brooks and I are going to have 26.
So
Respective.
this week?
No,
Okay.
no,
Crazy. That's
You
I'll
don't
get
even
down with
know
that.
who my team is.
Yeah. Well,
I know they're losing.
scoreboard update. Barron, you have 13.
Yeah.
2.5, and AJ has 0. So AJ, you're gonna kick us off.
Yes, he is.
Just gonna stay right now. None of us.
Well,
won,
let me just look
still
for
same
the.
last week.
Let me just look for the biggest one. All right, I found it.
The biggest one is I think is the Bills and Patriots.
It is.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'm right now. I'm kind of stuck here in between two.
Okay. I think there's an obvious one. There's an obvious one.
I think we just said it out loud.
Let's see. Give me.
Out of all these, okay, go for it.
This is tough. This is tough.
Don't take mine. Don't take mine.
He's crossing his fingers.
Yeah.
Give me the Vikings at home.
Oh, that's the worst one you could have picked. Out of all those big spreads, that's quite literally the worst one you could have picked.
That's the worst.
That's what I like to hear, though. That's what I like to hear.
All right, what's your reasoning for that?
Yeah. Justin Jefferson's still out, buddy.
They're at home.
Is that it?
Big. Big if true.
Yeah, I think maybe teams should look at the film and figure out how to beat 49ers. And hopefully the Vikings can carry that over.
Somebody was look at the film and beat 49ers, not like the 49ers, just 49ers.
Bro,
The
sounds like
49ers.
Adonis trying to coach up right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Brooks, who you got?
All right, well, that's an interesting pick. Clearly took mine off the board. So
Is that who you're going to pick?
No.
Oh, I was about to say.
The obvious one is the Lions,
Yeah.
and that's what you're going to go with.
Yeah, he goes the obvious because he's boring.
Yeah, he is boring.
Obvious.
Yeah.
I'm the only one. All right. You haven't hit one yet, so you can't really say
I'm due,
anything.
bro.
I picked the Jets, so
Jets.
they may have played the Broncos.
All
but
I
picked the
all I can
Jets.
say is when I hit one of these big underdogs, it's gonna feel a lot better than
Well,
every time you hit your 2
AJ, I got some bad
underdogs.
news for you.
What?
I already hit an
Um,
8.5.
It was a 7.5.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Wow.
So he's hit 7.5, right? I think I got to respond. I hit a 7.5 myself. So it's gonna be my dog of the day all the time. It moved from +8 to +7.5. Give me the Arizona Cardinals in
it's still-
Seattle.
It's still +8 on mine, but
It's a 7.5 from the score, so I gotta take that.
what are you looking off of?
The score.
Oh, I'm using ESPN.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. But I saw it move down my bookie as well.
All right,
So
whatever.
give me
7.5.
give me Arizona Cardinals +7.5, and the reason why I picked that is I think the pressure of the Arizona Cardinals pass rush. Geno looked very shaky under pressure last week, and I think that will continue to strive on. And the Cardinals always like to keep it close within these big games.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
do.
The Rams last week, that was a little bit different, right? But they always like to keep these games a little close, and they only have one win as the Cowboys, but I think they can get their second this week, all right? I think they can get their second. So I think Josh Dobbs goes into Seattle, loud crowd. DeMercado might have a good little pop-off rush. I think the defense will make some plays. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, like a little 16-10 action, kind of like last week. So give me the Cardinals in a tight one in a low-scoring game. Cover the 7.5.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at this week's slate right now, and there's a lot of +2s, +3s, 2.5s right here. And while, yes, I got a 13-point lead over AJ and 11.5 over you, or 10.5.
True.
You have 2.5, right?
Yeah, I have 2.5.
So 10.5 lead over you. I could pick the Lions right here. That's probably the freest 3 points I've seen this year.
They're not winning.
But you know what? I'm gonna make it a little more dangerous,
Okay.
and we're gonna bolt up this weekend, baby. I'm gonna
Oh.
take Chargers +5.5.
Bro didn't want to pick a winner for a
It's
reason.
a shame.
Is that why you didn't want to pick a winner?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was still kind of thinking about.
I mean,
it,
I picked the Niners in my original, but I picked the Vikings for the dog.
but I'm gonna go
We
with.
don't want to give it away.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because, like AJ said, it's a divisional game and they always keep those games close. And I mean, those games do usually come down to the final play. So, and this year's Chiefs team does not look like the same teams as of past. So far, again, I'm saying that now they're gonna win the Super Bowl, but I'm going with the Chargers +5.5.
Going with the Chargers +5.5. So we all went with the big spreads. Kind of not the +3, +2s. So
Yeah,
so-
way to grow some balls, boys.
yeah, bro, what?
I can't wait for you to wear a Travis Kelce jersey.
Nah, he's wearing a Henry
Can't wait
Ruggs
for
jersey.
the Vikings to win 2017 this weekend.
That's crazy.
Damn,
if you
that's-
think that.
Actually, is low key kind of wild.
That's
I can't believe that out of the 3 big
If I
spreads.
know,
That's why I
out of
like
all,
it.
Out of all 3 big spreads, I'm honestly picking the Patriots because they have the.
I was
best
gonna
chance.
pick that too, but I was looking at it and I was like, What is a game that no one is picking? Absolutely no one is picking to win. And Vikings caught my eye, and here we are.
Yeah,
So I like getting nasty, picking the teams where no one likes them. That's me.
Getting nasty, outright dirty.
Yep.
Dang. I just want to say something, too, before we log off. You see Minnesota, Iowa is now down to 30.5
Yeah, that's
on the over-under. 30.5.
Points
for college. Yeah,
Oh dang.
30.5.
still going under too.
It's crazy.
It's gonna be like 13-3.
We got to bet on that.
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah.
they
No, like we have to. Like it's a
like,
law.
like the under or
No, just the game in general.
All right.
We, like the over-under. You want to take the under?
yeah, probably.
I might take the over.
No,
Yeah.
begging people to take the over.
Exactly. And then
It's
everyone's
not
going to go,
hitting.
oh, it's going to go the under.
No.
Just fade whatever he does.
Yeah,
Should I
do
check
it.
what the percentages on that? Like
Or
how
we
many people are
all right.
going
We don't.
over?
We can do that later.
It's a fun little outro segment.
Wow. Little fun
All right,
sponge
whatever.
out here.
Yeah, honestly, this guy's
No,
a party
no,
pooper,
yeah.
bro.
No one wants to listen to this. I'm sorry.
Damn.
All
All
right.
right. No one wants to listen to you talk about all the coaching problems, bro. No one knows how to listen. Hey, every week it's different. It's different.
It is. All right.
I wish I was smarter.
was
I wish I
stupid.
was smarter so I could explain this.
All right,
That was
let's
stupid.
wrap it up here before we
Everyone's
get
about to fight.
toxic.
Everyone's about to fight.
Nah, I'm just.
Love you guys. All right.
Yep.
Well, since I won't bring it up anymore, I just want to bring it up, but whatever.
Bro,
my fault.
It's not that personal.
Bro, what
No,
up?
it's not. Just the over/under. I thought it was interesting. That's 30.5.
Oh no, that's definitely interesting.
Yeah,
but
dare
like,
you.
Yeah, check it out.
but,
All right.
by the time this episode's out, that game's over. So.
No, it's on Saturday.
Oh, it's on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were playing at night.
No, it's
Ah,
Saturday.
Okay, then yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that could be some helpful information.
Just want to see what people have taken, how the percentages on the over and the under.
Let's see. What time is that game at? Good thing
probably
there's
3:30.
A huge slate.
We should look it up.
Oh, I found it.
What are you using, FanDuel?
CBS. I got
CBS
70% on the over.
All right, let me see what DraftKings says. More reliable source.
Yeah.
Over under still 31. Look at statistics. Damn. Oh, it's not telling me. Betting trends. There we go.
Trends is different though. than
Yeah,
what
we're-
looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Usually it says it on the bottom. Maybe not. Maybe it won't say it till. Like
I
the
guess
end.
we're just gonna have to trust 70%. We'll see.
Well,
We'll see what hits.
we'll see. A lot of people on the over though in CBS. So that'll do it for this week. Nothing agreed. Thank y'all for listening. The crew's back at it again. Of course, this upcoming Tuesday, we're gonna do our NBA predictions. Right? NBA.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep. NBA.
Sure.
Probably do conference standings and then MVP, Coach of the Year, Depoy probably stuff like that.
Okay.
So getting the NBA season, that's what we're gonna do, NFL and NBA. So yeah, we'll see y'all for that episode Tuesday, and then I think we'll do football on Thursday again. And then once we get that episode Tuesday, we'll do Tuesday, Thursday.
Flip it back.
Yeah, we'll flip it back to normal.
Yeah,
So
'cause NBA debut kick tips off
and Tuesday, so we just have to, for the culture. So
Of course.
all right, that'll be it for another episode. Nothing agreed. Thank y'all for listening. For Barron, myself, AJ, thank you for listening, and peace.